What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television here on a happy edition of the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And of course, for fans of the show, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa Bay sports fans in general, it's your time. So how do we start off this good time here on a Wednesday? My favorite day of the week. Bring the passion, bring our excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. On tonight's show, we will have Jason Powers of Powers on Sports Podcast, of course, Spectrum Sports here, talking about what else? Baker Mayfield, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, some recent stories here. And then, as always, we will take your phone calls, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Just want to put this out there. If I get a little bit frustrated like you do, I'm in the same boat as you. So don't take any offense to it. Brent, you're good with me, man. I've seen the apology. You don't have to apologize, dude. It's all love here. It's all passion. It's what we do here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, talking Bucs. And listen, I get it, Bucs fans. You're frustrated. I'm frustrated. It's not the way we all wanted to turn out, right? In 2025, they're 8-9. They're 2-7 in the second half. But you know what? We're going to try to turn the page. We got a couple weeks to go, less than 2 weeks to go until training camp starts. And then the regular season will be here faster than you know it. Okay, so just sit back, relax. I know everybody's frustrated at this point, but I'm going to get you through it. All right. So with that being said, let's just go out to it. We'll get to the sponsors later. In fact, one sponsor here really quick. Let's go out to Up the Block Barbershop. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Whether you want a haircut, a beard trim, a fade, they got you covered. Go see Ricky and all the talented barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop and tell them the Rolex Reporter sent you. And then if that wasn't enough, daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content every day, not just the sports web, but you asked for it. 10 to 15 minutes on Bucs Latest on the Fan Arch Network on YouTube at 11 a.m. And, of course, like and subscribe to Bucs Latest there on our newest Facebook page. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get out to this guy. It's been a long time, but every time we have him on here, we have some great conversations when we talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Rays. Oh, by the way, thanks a lot to the pitcher for pitching inside to Junior Caminero. Thank God he's not hurt. What are you doing pitching inside in an all-star game in the first place? But the American League wins. So if you want to talk some Rays, we can definitely talk about that. But we'll definitely focus on the Bucs tonight. And, of course, Baker Mayfield, as always, taking your phone call, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's get out to my tag team partner of the world, Mr. Jason Powers. Powers on Sports Podcast, Spectrum Sports, my friend. What, Spectrum Sports 360?
Tonight.
Tonight. You're doing it tonight. So you're going to be on this broadcast, and then you're also going to be on Spectrum.
10:30 tonight. We're talking Rays playoff push. We're going to talk tomorrow. We're going to talk a little World Cup tonight as well. I'll be on tomorrow night as well. And Saturday night, we talk a little Baker Mayfield. So check it out. Spectrum Sports 360 in Tampa or Orlando. If you're either in those markets, you get Spectrum. Check it out, Spectrum Sports 360. I love getting on there when I can and dropping some opinions. And Roy Cummings is on with me, so guy a little bit. So we chop it up a little bit. So Spectrum Sports tonight.
I'm still waiting for my invite. I think, the Powers and Blake show or Blake and Powers show there on Spectrum Sports 360 would definitely sell. I love Roy Cummings, though. I've done lots of work with him, did a draft show, and I have to go all the way back, I believe, to 2017. That's how far it was. He used to come on to the Sports Web radio style there in Clearwater. So I definitely know about Roy Cummings. But let's get into it. Baker Mayfield, that's been the conversation. The contract situation at this point, how do you feel about it? Will they get this done? July 28th, that's when training camp starts. According to him and his camp, that's his deadline. I don't necessarily believe it.
That ain't a deadline, brother.
No, it's not a deadline?
Yeah.
So what do you think of this situation? I mean, are they going to come to a middle ground at this point? Is it going to be 47? Is it going to be 50, over $50 million? Because that's the quarterback market. I know that you have your reservations about Baker.
No, that's the top 5 quarterback market.
Right.
And we've seen and my thought is here. Baker wants to be here. I think we want Baker here. Any good negotiation, both sides have to give a little bit. I think Baker might get a little, Baker. I'm not paying Baker Mayfield $55 million. I don't care that Jacksonville did. I don't care that Miami did. You saw the disaster they're in now because of the Tua contract. And he's better than Tua, and I get that. But the point is, Jacksonville, if they could do it over again, they, obviously with the new coach, Liam Cohen, they had a good year. But, man, I have a hard time paying Baker Mayfield $55 million. I know other people don't have a problem paying their quarterback, and I get it. I like Baker. And here's what I'll ask you, Peter. The survey just came out from the NFL GMs, execs, coaches, and scouts, and Baker Mayfield wasn't nowhere near on that top 10 list. He's probably closer to 15 than he is to 10 in the eyes of the experts who do this stuff for a living. I mean, Your thoughts?
Well, I just think that's a product of the second half last year, right? I mean, the first half he's 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions,
but they all count.
Well, I get that, but also you failed to mention, this is from ESPN. He had honorable mentions by 7 of the 10 votes there. So I think, if he has a better second half, and I'll just throw this out there. Are the Bucs more responsible for this? And should they pay him an extension with now learning about what we've, kind of discovered here the last couple of days with Baker Mayfield playing through multiple injuries? Because I definitely think this is a blame for Baker. Baker wants to play. He always wants to play. He gives the Bucs the best chance to win. But also, if you're the Bucs, if you're the coaching staff, if you're the organization in general, you also have to keep him out of harm's way. So don't they?
No, he has to keep himself out of harm's way.
I get
that's
that.
That's one of my issues with Baker is he tries to be too much cowboy renegade,
right?
And as opposed to getting out of bounds, sliding that extra 2 yards and that extra hit you're taking by the middle linebacker. Yeah, the crowd, we get all excited but the wear and tear of that physically leads to what happened to him in the second half of the year. So some of that's on him.
I agree with you, but to be fair, Jason Powers, Powers on Sports Podcast.
And I'm not trying to kill, but I want him here, but right. I can't pay him $55 million.
I just think they're going to come to some type of common ground. It's either going to be 47 or
I agree.
I think at the end of the day, 47 to 51, because that's where it's at. And people go, well, Baker Mayfield's won nothing. Well, neither has Justin Herbert. Neither has Josh Allen. Neither has Lamar Jackson. And nobody has any problem with paying those quarterbacks at the end of the day. But I will say this. If you don't have Baker Mayfield in the fourth quarter, especially in that first half of the season, especially running for that first down on fourth down versus the Houston Texans defense, you don't have anything. He had to shoulder a lot of that offense on him. And I get it. He's definitely one to blame. But also playing through those injuries, I think the Bucs also have to be somewhat responsible. And this is not just on Todd Bowles and the coaching staff and the whole overall organization, this is also on Jason Light. We thought that, Teddy Bridgewater was a guy that could come in there and spell him for a couple of games, and it didn't work out. He wasn't ready at all. So this is on everybody, not just Baker Mayfield. It's on the Buccaneers. And I was thinking about it with him playing through these injuries and basically kind of costing himself some value here. Don't the Bucs owe him that right to sign him to an extension with the way that he played for this team the last 3 years?
There's no dispute about an extension. Everybody wants an extension.
Yeah.
But Baker, I think Baker, I'm again, these haven't been reported. I have no idea. I'm guessing Baker's in the 55 range and the Bucs are probably in the 45 to 48 range would be my guess. Because when you've heard the reports of we are way far apart, that's not $1 or $2 million a year. That's 46 to 55 probably.
Right. I agree with you on that. We got Jason Powers on Sports Podcast, Spectrum Sports 360 tonight. Tune in after the Sports Web if you get tired of me, because there are a lot of web heads that get tired of me. Love you, Brent. I see you right there. Me, Brent, everybody, all the web heads going back and forth, whether it's Baker Mayfield, whether it's Todd Bowles. Let's talk about it. How surprised were you about this injury situation, the reveal there? And then Mike Florio kind of mentioned something interesting.
By the way, I saw the story. Who revealed it?
Well, it was Baker Mayfield on the quarterback series, but it was also it was out there by the Tampa Bay Times, Rick Stroud, Evan Klowski. I keep on pronouncing his name wrong, on WTSP Channel 10. Yeah. He put it out there, but you had an MCL, PCL in week 2, which, by the way, was not reported by the Bucs. It didn't appear on the injury report until week 5, which is what Mike Florio. I'm just saying that Mike Florio has kind of reported this. So, yeah. And then he also re-aggravated that bone bruise in week 7 versus the Detroit Lions, which was one of his worst games, of course, not just because of the Lions defense, because Baker was clearly hurt. And then also the throwing arm biceps in week 3 versus the Jets, and also an AC joint sprain against the Rams.
Which we knew about that. We knew about the AC joint.
Right. So I guess my question is, were you surprised that he was able to play through all these injuries? And do you feel differently? Because I was asking fans this the other night. Some fans were saying it's an excuse. Josh Allen's played through a broken foot. And I would say I would counter that. Well, yeah, but he didn't play very well. What do you have? 5 or 6 turnovers in the postseason, got his coach fired. He's never been able to win anything. I appreciate that. But do you feel differently with Mayfield playing through these injuries?
It is incredibly admirable that a guy wants to play through those things, because I'm sure in varying levels, the pain, the week to week, those things, some weeks it probably feels better than the other. I get that. But what you can't do if you're Baker, you can't take all the credit for playing tough and playing through it, but then on the backside complain, well, I didn't play as well because I was injured. You can't have it both ways.
Well, it's an interesting point here. Now, one of Baker Mayfield's former teammates, Chase Edmonds, had this to say. This from Sirius XM Radio. He said, and this is, of course, from our friends there, Joe Bucs fan. I think, knowing the type of players he is, the type of leader he is, I don't know if that's the number that he even wants to settle on, because, and they were talking about $60 million. Settle on, because he knows, when you settle on a number that high, bro, you take away some talent around the locker room, because you can't pay everybody when you're paying a quarterback 55, $50 million a season. He says, so putting my GM hat on, I think what they're trying to do, they're probably trying to say is, okay, Bake, how can we get the number that is fair, that is deserving of you and what you've done for us, but also it still gives us the capital to make sure that we surround you with a good team, a chance to actually win a Super Bowl. Now, to that point, that's called the Brady blueprint. But then again, I get what Baker's coming from, because he sees players, like Daniel Jones. He's getting paid more than Baker. Baker's done more. He's got more touchdowns at this point. He's been more productive. He's outplayed that contract. Some of the players he definitely has.
How did Minnesota do last year, Peter Blake?
Well, Minnesota.
The Colts.
Well, the Colts started out well until he got hurt. But you're right. How did Minnesota do without Sam Darnold? Getting rid of Sam Darnold and going with J.J. McCarthy and the cheaper option, which is what a lot of the fan base wants to do, is go with, another veteran or just a rookie at this point. And I think there's a danger in that. I understand these comments. You're absolutely correct, because when you sign a quarterback to a big-time contract at the end of the day, it definitely will limit your opportunities. But I'm also not naive enough. You know how I feel about the salary cap. I think it's the national deficit. We're always talking about how you don't have the money, but somehow, some way, you're able to come up with that money when you want to. The Saints every year are in cap hell, and still they're able to sign players. So,
but we all say that. Mm-hmm. But what happened the year after Tom Brady left the Buccaneers?
A couple years after, you had to pay
the year after they left, weren't they like $80 million over the cap and had dead money of $80 million?
Well, they went in 2 straight years. They went in with Tom Brady. So you're exactly right. And then they had to pay the cost, of course, to be
it's not free money. The credit card comes due. It may not come due for a year or two, how you structure these deals. But if Baker Mayfield left, if you're on the hook for Baker Mayfield for $60 million or $55 million, and that's a cap hit of whatever that is, that you don't wonder why Mike Evans is not here. Don't wonder why Antoine Winfield a year from now is not here. Don't wonder why Vita Vea is not here a year from now. You can't pay everybody. Would you rather pay one guy a boatload and then have, the Servassier Dennises of the world having to play, or would you rather have the flexibility if Baker takes a few million less? And again, are we really feeling bad for Baker Mayfield at $48 million?
No, I'm not feeling bad for Baker Mayfield, but I also know that he wants to get his fair value, and I also know that it's business at the end of the day. So I get it. I think the Bucs have all the leverage at the end of the day, right? I think they do, because
they do.
If you don't sign them, you can still put the franchise tag on him the next 2 years. And, over there, I'm not about to tell those guys, Jason Light and Mike Greenberg, how to balance their checkbook, because I can barely balance my bank account when it comes down to it. They know how to create money and who they want to sign.
And you're right. And they do. And again, the Bucs have done a really good job over the years re-signing their guys.
Yeah.
the guys that are worthy of second contracts and even third contracts, they've done a great job in evaluating. That's the key here. It's the valuation. It's not the want of not wanting to sign them. It's we need to sign them within a reasonable number.
What's reasonable for you? Is it 47, 48? That's where you're at?
50 max.
50 max.
And if I do 50, I'm probably taking a year off the deal. If I do 47, I'd probably give them 3 to 4 years. But if I'm giving them 50, I'm saying, Baker, I'll pay you a couple more million, but you're getting a 2-year deal.
Do you think this is and we're on with Jason Powers on Sports podcast there. Check it out. Of course, Spectrum Sports 360 tonight. Almost every night, whenever this man gets on, he's definitely bringing it here on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And of course, for Bucs fans out there, Tampa Bay sports fans, it's your time. Yes.
Well, and I would ask you, give me an objective opinion. Take the Baker Mayfield glasses off.
Sure.
Is he a guy that is a force multiplier, meaning his presence on the field creates it, or is he a guy that needs help around him, in all honesty?
I think it's unfair because I think every quarterback needs help. If we're going to sit here and say one quarterback can do it all, that's not true because we had the greatest of all time in Tom Brady. He needed Antonio Brown. You needed Rob Gronkowski.
And guess what he did? Guess what he did?
He took less. He took less money.
A little less.
That's the Brady blueprint. That's why I believe he is the greatest of all time, not just because of that, but because of that mindset, because he understood that winning championships and eventually he could make back all that money. But to be fair to this situation, you also need a defense. And if we're going to sit here and say that, it's all on Baker Mayfield and the offense, which I know you haven't, but I know there's a lot of fans that will, and there will be a lot of national media that will do this, even local media. I would say that, you definitely are not looking at this team because at points last year, this defense was giving up 28 points. So I think, Baker's thing is because he is that renegade, because it is the gift and the curse. He wants to put the offense on himself, maybe try to do too much, the turnover situation.
No, there's no trying. He does try to do too much sometimes.
Does try to do too much, but he has to because
I disagree.
This defense has not given him the opportunity because when you're giving up at some points during the year 28 points, then your offense has to shoulder the load, and that's how he feels, and I get that. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that the Bucs are doing this on purpose to where they're not going to sign him to a contract extension because this was thrown out there by one of the insiders, I think it was Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated, saying that they want the best out of Baker Mayfield. In order to get that, you need the salty Mayfield. You need the guy with the chip on his shoulder. Do you think the Bucs are doing this because they want the best out of Mayfield, and the way to do that is to basically kind of piss him off? And then is that a risk? Because Florio was talking about how this is a risk to the Bucs, and that maybe Mayfield would walk out the door for less.
Where's he going to go?
Much like he can go to various places.
No, he can't go anywhere. The Bucs can franchise tag him. If he plays it out this year and plays it, the Bucs can franchise tag him for a year.
I agree with you on that. They could definitely.
That's 2 years.
Right.
Now he's 2 years older.
Well,
if they wanted, they don't want to do that. The Bucs want to sign him to probably a 3 or 4 year extension. He's 29 years old, going to be 30 here soon.
31 years old, actually, 32 now.
Baker's 31.
31, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so again,
do
you want to get stuck with a guy who's potentially wearing down physically at 34, 35 years old? Because
go ahead.
Because he wants to be the middle linebacker on the team and wants to be everybody's best friend by trying to run over safeties and corners every time? I mean, I'm just asking.
No,
I
think it is. I think it absolutely is. And Todd Bowles mentioned this, a couple months ago, how he wants Baker to take care of himself. But in the same breath, he's like, I want him to run for 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2, but not necessarily versus Houston when it's 4th and 10. Well, Todd, if you don't get that 4th and 10, you're eliminated at that point. So your quarterback has to do that. And again, this is the responsibility of the Bucs to put the pieces around him. Yes, no quarterback can do it by himself, but when your offensive line, the majority of it is reshuffled and your wide receivers are out and your running game is out. And again, you have an offensive coordinator who, by the way, could not figure out how to get Mike Evans, Chris Godwin Jr. and Emeka Egbuka on the field together, only 61 snaps. And Jason Powers, this is from Joe Bucs fan, 6.5 yards a play, which led the NFL. Your offensive coordinator cannot figure that out. That's why I say this offense is going to be improved with Zach Robinson. I'm willing to see what he can do, but I still give him the extension because I think Baker's outplayed that contract. He deserves it. And then thinking about it, with him being that soldier last year, and I get it, soldier's a tough word to use, but
yeah, don't use that word.
It'll offend some people. But being that guy last year that went out there and played through all those injuries, I kind of think the Bucs owe him that.
They owe an extension, but what's the number for you?
I mean, it's quarterback value. I mean, you're a sports broadcaster. If your value is this, are you going to take less than what the value or what the market says?
Okay. Do you want to be on a team that's potentially 7-10, or do you want to potentially potentially be on a team that's 10-7 or 11-6 and playing for? What is your goal, Baker Mayfield?
I think the goal is always to win, but I also want to be in market value at that point, right?
You are in market value. Most people think you're probably the 15th best quarterback, 12th to 15th best quarterback in the NFL.
Well, guess what, Jason? I think I'm the 10th best quarterback, and when you get an offensive line around me, I think I'm an elite quarterback. I go back to 2024 there, bub, and I had 41 touchdowns and 16 interceptions when my offensive line was healthy. Even my wide receivers were out, but you had an offensive coordinator that had a damn clue at the end of the day.
Let's talk about let's don't blame everything on Josh Grizzard. Okay. Well, last two games of the year, Baker Mayfield threw 3 interceptions against the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers in games the Bucs had to win. One of the 2 games you win the game, you're in the playoffs. He was horrific against the Dolphins.
Wasn't good, but also
good weather, wasn't sacked a bunch. Horrific against a horrific team.
But it's also on the playmaker to get to it's on the play caller to get his playmakers the ball. And
you don't have to throw the ball, Baker. You don't have to throw it into double and triple coverage if they're not open.
You couldn't run the ball. That's the problem also, which is we'll get back to the game in just a second. There's multiple things here. So when people say, do you think
it's called compromise?
Okay, but do I think he can be a transformative player for this team? Yes, I think he's shown he can, but you have to put the pieces around him. And I've also seen in 2024 when you had multiple wide receivers out that he was able to find Jalen McMillan. You can't lose the top wide.
When we had a tremendous offensive coordinator, and I'm just throwing out. I'm just trying to have the other side of the argument too.
Right,
tremendous offensive coordinator against Jane Daniels in the Commanders in the playoff game. Did Baker Mayfield play very well?
Well, your defense couldn't get off the field.
No. We're not talking about the defense.
I didn't think you played that well, but also your defense wasn't able to get off the field. That was something.
How many points did the Bucs give up that day? 20?
23?
20-17, 20-3? Okay.
Well, 23-20, wasn't it?
Okay.
Well, 23.
Let's don't revert to the defense. Baker did not play well. Baker had the ball in a high-profile situation, down 8 points to the Detroit Lions in the divisional round, and what did he do? He threw an interception.
He did. He definitely threw an interception. But again,
they had everybody playing. They had I like Baker. I think he's a really good quarterback. But if people are wanting to say $55 million, you got to be fair here.
Fair enough. All right, we'll go 48-51.
I'm all for. Sign me up.
All right, Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. How much do you think Todd Bowles is on the hot seat? Because this has been talked about. The fans don't like him, and I'm going to get out to the comments in just a moment. Stand by here. But a lot of the fans on this show, they say get rid of him. They should have fired him 2 years ago. He's definitely, had situations where, especially last year, you saw loping. You heard him just go off. I mean, clock management situations. How much do you think Bowles is under pressure this year in 2026?
He is. He better not go 7-10. I mean, for sure. I mean, there's no doubt he is. I mean, he made the Josh Grizzard hire. He's making the Zach Robinson hire. So he's got to get this right. You got to get the defense better. Does the defense need to be top 10? No, but they got to be 10-15. You can't have them down at 23-24. Schematically, again, you got to have some pieces here. Hopefully they solve the pass rushing piece with Bain Jr. They've never been able to solve that. Is that all Todd Bowles' fault? I can't blame him completely. That's some Jason Light problems too.
You had a bum, and Hassan Reddick, who is a man on a milk carton. You had Chris
But
Brown.
everybody wanted Hassan Reddick. Everybody loved the signing. Oh, he's the next Shaq Barrett. So we can't have revisionist history here. We all loved it. We all thought, oh, we're getting Hassan Reddick, 15 sacks from Arizona. You too, Peter Blake.
I did think the signing was from the Jets. I mean, the Jets. Nobody works out for the Jets. You're thinking, you know what? It's a mirage at this point. There's no way you can have 2 bad years in a row. He just came from the Jets. Nobody succeeds with the Jets. That's why I get up in arms when people go, well, look at Todd Bowles' career coaching record. Yeah, he's with the Jets. No coach has been successful with the New York Jets.
And guess what? What I like about Jason Light is that he doesn't overextend himself. He only gave Hassan Reddick a 1 year. It's not like he signed Hassan Reddick to a 3-year deal for $50 million and you got a bunch of dead cap money. They are very good at $1 plays at mitigating risk of a ton of dead cap money, which that's what I like. Again, back to your point. Sometimes it's good to make players play when they're hungry, when they got a chip on their shoulder, when they're in a contract year. And here's another thing that nobody will ever say publicly. Jason Light, the ownership, nobody. What if the Bucs go 6-11, 7-10? Guess what they're probably doing to Todd Bowles? They're probably firing him. And guess what next year is in the draft? A potentially huge potentially huge quarterback draft where you can have a little leverage over Baker Mayfield in theory and say, we could start over if we decide to tear it down.
Right.
And start over with a cheaper rookie quarterback type contract.
Right.
Again, I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
But it's a next year is a massively rich quarterback draft.
My problem is you have to suck. So if you're going to be 6-11, you have to be absolutely awful. So the wheels have to absolutely fall off of this team, and everybody's low. And I just think they're too talented offensively. In fact, I've gone on record. I talked to Ian Beckles, a friend of the show here. We're going to have him on September 19th at the Tampa Bay Sports Expo. They're live from the Florida State Fairgrounds, maybe sooner than that. And I said, I think this offense is going to be better. People are like, you're such a hate. You're hating on Mike Evans. You're a hater. I'm like, no, here's my thought process. Mike Evans went to San Francisco. He wants those receptions. He wants to submit himself in the Hall of Fame. So how do you do that? You be the go-to guy. He's going to be go-to guy. Here in Tampa, as crazy as it sounds, he's not going to be the go-to guy. Furthermore, you have Emeka Egbuka, who could be the next answer to Jackson Smith and Jigba. You got Chris Godwin Jr., who's never gotten the opportunity, Jason Powers, to be the number 1 wide receiver.
He's not a number 1 receiver.
But he's never got the opportunity.
He's a great number 2. He's a perfect 2.
Here's a guy that had, a couple years ago, 97 receptions. Here's a guy, a player just a couple years ago that we were talking about could be the comeback player of the year.
Perfect 2.
So what I'm saying, and then you also have Jalen McMillan and you have Tez Johnson and Ted Hurst. So I believe that this offense is going to be better just because of that factor.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Mike Evans is up there in age. He hasn't been able to stay healthy the last couple of years. So he's 1 year older. And then on top of it, you finally have an offensive coordinator that has a clue that when you have to get 3 players on the field, you don't just do it 61 snaps. You try to do it the extended period of time, because when you did it the 61 snaps, you had 6.5 yards per play, which, by the way, led the NFL.
Are we putting Zach Robinson in the Hall of Fame? Are we sure that he's really?
Listen, I think the Atlanta Falcons are god awful, and I got a Saints fan that's watching right now on TikTok. Kara, thank you very much for watching. Even though she's a Saints fan, she watches the evolution of sports talk television. Yes, listen. The Falcons did not have a quarterback. They had Kirk Cousins, who was on one leg the last couple of years, okay? And you got Michael Penix, who can't stay healthy, who, by the way, is hurt. And they got an even worse quarterback situation this year. People, the Falcons, they got a new coach. They got Penix and Tua. Both of those guys are one step away from tripping a banana peel at this point and being hurt again.
Okay, I get it, but guess what Zach Robinson got criticized immensely for? he has a top 2-3 running back in the NFL, and he's splitting carries with Tyler Algier.
Well, I mean, that's okay because you're top.
No, it's not okay. If you got Christian McCaffrey or Bijan Robinson, what are you doing not giving Bijan Robinson 25 touches a game?
Because you're going to have 2 running backs in this league. That's how it goes. Because if you use that running back up and he gets hurt, then you're basically screwed. And I get it. You want to get as many touches to Bijan Robinson, but you don't want to wear him out. You want to keep those miles on those tires there.
Peter.
Tyler, and by the way, just keep in mind here, the reason why you bring in Zach Robinson in the first place. And by the way, we got to have you more on this show because we're just flowing back and forth. It's like old times again, my friend. Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. You got to love it. The reason why you want to have Zach Robinson as your offensive coordinator, you want him to duplicate what Liam Cohen was able to do in 2024. And then more. Yeah. You also want to be able to duplicate the success that the Falcons have had the last 2 years here with them being top 10 in rushing, because if you get back to that, which is 2024, by the way, what were the Bucs? Top 10, top 5 offense. Yeah. What was the reason? Bucky Irving had over 1,000 yards rushing. So whether it's Irving, whether it's Kenneth Gainwell, whether it's Sean Tucker, you've got to have that facet, that part in your game. If you don't have that, that puts the onus on Baker Mayfield. So instead of having him throw the ball 40 to 50 times to win it for you and have some possibility of turning over the ball, you cut it down to 28 to 33, 34 times, and you use your running game to have the balance of the offense.
Didn't we hire Josh Grisard because he was a product of Liam Cohen? I'm just saying, it wasn't that the thought?
Yeah, that was the thought process.
So here's what I'll say. When it comes to any offensive coordinator,
right, on
paper it looks great of who's going where in the routes, but in the moment of truth, when it's 3rd and 7, you got to call the right kind of play.
Right, I agree.
Or when it's, it doesn't matter what you're thinking about on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. When it's nut crunching time, middle of the 3rd quarter, and you're down 10 points and you got to score in this drive, you can't go 3 and out and punt. Yeah. So, again, offensive coordinators are great. And, again, great play callers are elite. That's why, again, I made the comment to you, I believe, the first game I saw Liam Cohen call plays, I was like, this guy's going to be big time. And he was, and not every coordinator, just because they come from Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan, are great. We saw Philadelphia last year; they've had all kind of problems.
Sure.
All kind of, So it's a balance. I think the Bucs got a pretty good offensive line. I don't think that's the problem. Schematically, it might be some of the issue of how they're teaching it and all that. But the Bucs in the last couple of years probably have had a top 10 offensive line in the NFL. If we're being fair.
No,
injuries, every team has injuries. I get it. I mean, when Gedecke's out for, what was he out, 4 or 5 games last year, whatever it was, Cody Mauch breaks his leg. I mean, the offensive line was not horrific. I mean, there were some leaks here and there. Every team has that. Right. But in totality, I think the offensive line for the Bucs is not a weakness. It's above average.
If they can stay healthy, which is what they weren't able to do last year.
Every team's got the same answer. You got to stay healthy in this league. Say what you want.
They were snake bitten last year. You have Tristan out. You got Graham Barton moving over. I think it's so unfair for Bucs fans. We went back and forth on this. People go, Graham Barton played so bad. How do you play bad? He was the only one on the offensive line that took every snap. Furthermore, he's changing positions on the fly.
2 weeks before the regular season starts.
Right. And then on top of it, he's playing next to players who haven't even started in the league before. What do you want from this guy? So I think, again, that's a little bit unfair criticism. Do you think the Bucs have done enough defensively in the offseason?
I mean, and that's the other formula that you have to also imagine balance as a GM. Yeah. Do you want 60% of your money on the offense? Do you want 60% of your salary cap on the defense? Or do you want to try to be as close to 50-50 as you can? I mean, I like the moves they made. I mean, Ruben Bain falling to them is, that's a no-brainer. You take him. For me, it's what happens at linebacker. I think the secondary is pretty decent. Again, people want to kill Parrish and Morrison. They were rookies. They were playing because, one, the people in front of them were not playing at a high enough level. Yeah. And 2, I think those guys are going to be good players. I think you team them with, Ty Key and you team them with Antoine Winfield. I don't think that's a bad move. I didn't love giving Zion McCullum all the money we gave him last year. I don't think he's that big time of a corner, to be honest with you.
Not when he's saying what he's saying, that he's bored, that he's trying to fight the boredom, which I've never heard a player say before. But trying to fight the boredom, you look like you were bored the whole year when Devontae Adams was toasting you and roasting you against the Rams. I mean, he had a bad year, and he definitely needs to show out there. I still think Parrish is the best corner at this point on this team, but they're gonna test this theory because they're gonna have a competition with Parrish and Morrison. If Parrish wins out. Is this a good thing? Because I get, Keontae Scott, they draft him out of Miami. They're going to play him in the nickel in the slot at this point. They're going to try to
hope. Let's make sure Keontae Scott can play in the NFL first. He got drafted in the 4th round for a reason.
Well, that's true, but he also made plays at Miami.
Yes, I get it. I get it.
All Hawk, 4.33 speed. Again.
Then why did he go in the 4th round?
Well, why did Jacob Parrish go in the 3rd round in the first place? So
that's a good question. I mean,
why did Tom Brady go in the 6th round?
Yeah, I get it. My point is, let's don't plug in Keontae Scott as a starter today when he hasn't played a moment against a quality NFL, offensive scheme kind of deal. Right.
So is a corner the biggest for you? Is this the biggest question mark? Because I always say it's predicated on
linebacker for me.
Okay. I think it's corner, but I think that's taken care of if you have some type of pass rush.
I agree.
Anzalone coming in, 31, 32 years old from Detroit, supposed to improve.
But who else?
Well, is it Josiah Trotter? Is it Roseboom?
Guys that are unproven, guys that have not ever done it.
Savasi Dennis. I mean, a lot of people say trade him. I don't know what you trade him for at this point.
No, I mean, you got to have guys on the team to be role players and backups and special teams guys. He just doesn't necessarily need to be a starter, or he needs to really improve his. And here's the other thing: as much as we want to kill guys, some guys it takes a couple of years to figure it out in the NFL.
Yeah,
by playing and by learning and understanding. So we don't know what these guys are doing or not doing off the field in the offseason. Guys get better. Guys get worse.
Sure.
That's part of being a professional.
All right. So open phone lines. If you guys want to call up, join this conversation. We got Jason Powers.
Let's go, people. Let's go.
727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to the commenters here, the peanut gallery, the webheads, as always. Tim says, good evening, Peter. Good evening to you.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully TikTok doesn't copyright me there for those sound effects. By the way, there's sound effects. They're everybody can have those sound effects. Okay, TikTok. All right, ask for phone calls, get phone calls. Let's go out to Curtis. Curtis, welcome to the Evolution.
I just want to tell you that I love watching you and Jason going back and forth.
I think he's gonna earn a spot here either on Monday and Wednesday nights. It's gonna be Powers and Blake. The Powers and Blake podcast here, or Powers and Blake show.
You guys have me dying laughing.
Right.
We're trying to keep it real, man. We are trying to be objective. I want to give objective opinions. I love Peter's back and forth. I love you guys, the caller, Curtis. You're a great caller, man. Go.
Yeah. Listen, go, Curtis. Go.
I'm gonna do. Okay, this is my opinion. I agree with both of you guys, and let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I believe that Baker deserves to get paid, but $50 million is the max.
Yes,
50 is the max.
Okay.
Because I'm sorry, you're not better than Burrow. You're not better than Allen.
Well, hold on. Burrow can't stay healthy.
Bro, Peter, stop.
He also has one of. Hold on, Peter. But he also has one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL.
Okay. Stop, Peter. Don't be saying Burrow and Baker Mayfield in the same breath.
Listen, I'm gonna take my quarterback. I'm T.O. here.
Yeah, no.
I'm taking my quarterback over Joe Burrow, who can't stay healthy.
I love Baker. Let me tell you what I love about Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
If there's ever a guy that you would go out with, and if a fight breaks out, he's got your back.
Right.
That is Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
No doubt.
Baker Mayfield is sometimes he doesn't know when to fucking quit. Excuse my French.
That's true. No, that's absolutely.
That's right.
Wait up! Wait up! Now,
yes,
Peter.
Yes,
your point.
Mm-hmm.
not just the wide receivers,
right,
not just the running backs,
right,
not just the offensive line, but including the defense. This team missed a lot of snaps with its starters last year.
Thank you. Let the truth set you free. Yes, and I think Jason agrees with it. That's what I've been trying to tell Bucs. That's an excuse. San Francisco. Okay, San Francisco, one team, but what team could overcome all the injuries?
Hold on. Let me finish this statement real quick.
Go for it.
Now, Baker and I know that Teddy Bridgewater was basically collecting a check.
I don't know what he was doing.
Because I could have went out there, and I'm 300 pounds, and I could have been a better quarterback than that.
You could be Jared Lorenz in there, Curtis.
Hey.
No.
He's a big guy. You're a big guy. I'll buy it.
I know, but you know what? I'm going to tell you. I got a lot of fire in me, and I hate losing that more than anything in the world.
Well, you need a quarterback anyway, so that works out.
Yeah, but anyway, Baker had a lot of injuries. However,
here real quick. I don't like that this news comes out in July.
If you wasn't confident in Bridgewater, you should have bought somebody else in, because I feel like with a bunch of the injuries that Baker had, sit his ass down for a week or two.
Well, let's be fair about this, guys. Hold on. Curtis and Jason, this was not something that just came out, because this from April from Levante David on the Arena podcast. I'm telling you, Baker was going through a lot. Baker had a lot of injuries that you didn't expect a quarterback to play through.
Yeah.
Let me read these comments.
I know he was.
He had the oblique injury, shoulder injury, and a lot of things like ankle injury, knee injury. He had a lot of stuff he was going through.
No. I respect that. But here's the other thing I want to say about that. Now, with not only Baker being hurt, but the talent that he had because of the injuries around him is not all his fault. But at the end of the day, he's the quarterback. He's the face of the franchise. He's always going to get blamed for it. Always.
And again, 2-7 down the stretch.
It sucks because he doesn't control except for what he can control.
Yeah, I mean, 2-7 down the stretch. Is that all on Baker? I mean, yeah, he's definitely got to wear that, but also your defense has got to wear it. And 3rd and 28, 4th and 14 didn't help out either.
Jason, I heard what you said, and I do agree with you that he was playing shitty down the stretch. However, that Bucs defense was the worst I think I've seen in years.
Oh, it's terrible, man.
It was listen, I was like, what is that guy's name? The damn Falcons coach that we had, Smith.
Raheem.
What was his name?
Mike Smith. Yes, Mike Smith. Yes.
Oh my God, I thought Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith were back in Tampa.
It was as bad. It was as bad as Greg Schiano's defense playing zone with Darrelle Revis, who's a guy that's a man-to-man corner. That's exactly what it was. Mike Smith playing the 10 to 15-yard defense. The defenders playing off of everybody because they're wide open. The Atlantic Ocean was wide open last year. Tight ends and wide receivers. Still running wide open on Thursday Night Football with the Atlanta.
Oh man, listen.
Awful.
When Kyle Pitts caught that touchdown down the side, I was like, you know what? This guy just had more touchdowns in one game than he's had damn near his whole career against Tampa.
He got a contract extension. He should send a Christmas card to Todd Bowles and his defense. Yes.
Now, the only other thing that I'm going to say is this. Jason, I do agree with you again. This team, Zach Robinson still has something to prove.
Absolutely.
However, I need to see a huge, vast improvement on this defense.
For sure.
And it starts up front. If Elijah Canty doesn't stay healthy, if Vita Vea isn't healthy and isn't playing, all that secondary and all that shit don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because you can't get because we can't get any pressure on the quarterback.
Agree.
Correct.
There was games where Todd Bowles was sending 6 and he still couldn't get there.
Still couldn't get there. Yeah. In your opinion, Curtis, have they done enough in this offseason?
I don't know. And I'm going to say this on paper, yes. but you still have to put it together.
All right.
Because I tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
the Patriots, if you go back and you look at the Patriots when they went 17-0,
Yep.
it looked great on paper, but they still lost the fucking Super Bowl. Excuse my French.
Well, you're speaking a lot of French tonight, and that's okay. And the reason why
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay, Curtis. The reason
he's mourning the French national team losing in the World Cup, man, with his French tonight.
Exactly right. There you go with Argentina defeating England.
Spain beat France yesterday.
I'm not surprised by that. So Argentina.
Listen, I watched the Argentina game today, and I'm sitting here like,
what a
are
finish!
they really about to win this game in the last 6 or 7 minutes?
Yep.
What a finish!
It was cool. If I was the other team, I might have got off the field and just kept walking.
To me, it's destiny. Messi is on a mission. I just think that team's going to win it all. I don't know why. I just go with that one point. I've been watching a lot of soccer. Going back to your point here, Curtis, we got to run. We appreciate the call, but the rotation. Don't screw up the rotation. It's the Giants and their rotation defensively.
Bucky has to stay healthy. We got to be able to run the ball.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
we
stuff.
have to be able to run the ball. I feel like with McMillan and Ibuka and Godwin, the play action. I mean, I feel like all three of these guys are almost the same receiver.
Who's the number one wide receiver on this team right now? Is it Ibuka or is it McMillan or is it Godwin? And then we got to run.
It's Ibuka today. Today.
All right, Curtis. Appreciate you as always. Use the second call. Let's go out.
Be good, Curtis.
What's your name? Where you calling from? You're on the Evolution with yours truly, along with Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. Go.
Thank you for wasting my time and goodbye forever.
Oh, look at that. Sun Devil Day. You didn't pop up there. That's why I didn't hit the music. Right. Go ahead, my friend.
God bless both of you, man. Happy hump day.
Yeah, happy hump day. Absolutely.
Hump day.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Jason Powers, man, the ultimate pragmatic podcaster.
Oh, there you go. And also on Spectrum Sports,
you guys are blessed. It's kind of like that yin yang thing. I love it. I love you guys.
Well,
both
this
is
this is old podcast of no quarter given when we're talking about the Bucs and Jason saying, Pete, the Bucs are going to lose, and I'm saying, no, Jason, of course they're going to win. I'm going to say every game they're going to win, and he's saying, Pete, stop doing that. So we go back and forth. Yes, stop doing it.
Did you see the ESPN top 10 quarterback list today?
Yes, we did, and Baker Mayfield is not in the top 10, I guess.
But he's an honorable mention, and
yes,
I did like the quotes. I'm going to paraphrase it. He's a winner. He's fearless. Teammates want to play for him.
Sure,
and that sums it up. Right?
Of course. And again, he was in the top 50 last year, and he dropped all the way to. I'm trying to think. What was it? 70 or 80 something on the top 100 players. Yeah. Dropped to 73.
And I know that we talk about Baker ad nauseum.
It's okay.
You know my feelings about Baker and how much I love him. Yeah, he's not going to be in a top 5 or top 10, but you know what? I'm going to give him that $50 million, and I think he's better than a lot of those tier 2 guys like Sunshine and Herbert and Dak Prescott and Jordan Love and on and on.
By the way, Justin Herbert
deserves $50 million.
By the way, Justin Herbert still has not won a playoff game. And by the way, we got breaking news. It's July 15th, and Todd Bowles is still your head coach.
It's exciting.
There you go. And Justin Herbert still has not won as many playoff games as Baker.
And Dave, to your point, 50 should be the number. I think Baker's asking for 55 to 60. That's the problem here.
Okay. All right. Well, we need to figure it out. But as far as that defense, when I was looking at the rankings, this defense was pretty horrid statistically. It's 27th in pass defense, 32nd in red zone defense, 20th in scoring defense. The only thing they were good at was, obviously against the run, they were 5th. So there has to be some major improvements on the pass rush and the passing game, how they're going to prevent it. You can't be 32nd in the league in a red zone defense and try to be a playoff team.
Totally agree.
Well, it's true. You're giving up a clip
one
of
last thing.
68%.
I need to have both you and Jason listen to me.
Go for it.
I need your opinion about the timing of Baker coming out in the open and bringing up all the injuries. I know that we all know as fans, we knew he was hurt last year.
Right.
But Jason and Pete, do you see the reasoning behind that you're doing this right before all these contract negotiations is to come up? Do you think it may cause a backlash because now the organizations like, hey, Baker's tough as nails, but he can't stay healthy, and I'll take it off the air thank you for wasting my time, and goodbye forever. Have a great weekend.
All right. Thanks a lot, Son Double Day. Appreciate you. Use the second call. Listen, we knew about this from April with Levante David kind of hinting to it. I think, again, the quarterback special came out. He's being candid. I don't think there's any –
Yes, there is. He's trying to create leverage with the fan base.
Maybe.
He's trying to create a little leverage with the fan base of how hurt and how tough it was for him. And because, again, say what you want, contract negotiations turn into public. Here's what I really didn't like about that whole situation. What is he doing saying, if we don't have a deal done by the start of training camp, we're done negotiating? That's stupid.
Well, I think that's
that one bit.
I think that's him just, again, trying to play leverage and trying to be, about the business. But he also came back, and Norman, when he was asked about it, and said how much he loved the community, wants to be here, wants his family here, how they want to come to some type of middle ground. So that gave me hope. But I understand where I didn't understand the comments either, but that's just Baker Mayfield.
Because Baker Mayfield will sign a contract the week before the season if they agree to the number.
Agree. And sometimes the Bucs do. That's way the Bucs do business.
That's what a lot of teams do. They wait to that weekend before the regular season, and they sign a guy or two to that long-term extension.
All right, let's go out to these comments. I trust the Bucs leadership to get Baker Mayfield deal done. They've always seemed to do the right thing. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you. Brightside Broadway. Hey, Peter, love you, brother. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. Let's go, Bucs. Let's go, Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Stop. Wait up.
We got this.
It's exciting.
We got this one. You like this one?
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
There you go for Mr. Bain.
Fire the cannon.
And right there we go. Good stuff right there. Trevor says 2026 is Revenge Tour. LFG, love it. Brightside Broadway, fire the cannons. We shall.
Fire the cannon.
Bucs latest, thank you very much for liking and subscribing to that. Let's go out to Roger Greenberg. Good evening, Buccaneer fans. Good evening to you. Chris Cole, the injuries to Baker and the O-line were the biggest reason they struggled. Agree with you. On top of it, once again, the offensive coordinator has to be for blame. Definitely. What's up, Peter? What's up, Brent? Sure. Again, Kyle says the market is $50 million. Agree with you on that. 5 years, $275 million. Just pay him.
Trevor. No,
Trevor's giving them the money right now. Show me the money. Spend that, as the kids would say, right? That song that's out there. Spend that. That. That's what. Yeah.
The question is, of that 275, I'm being serious.
Right.
How much are you guaranteeing him?
Well, I think at least 100, right?
Oh, yeah, I can live with 100.
Listen, he's getting 40 this year, so you throw 60 in there. That's 100, right? So you go 60 and then 40 this year. That's 100 million, right? Is that how it would work, or do you do just 100?
No, it's a new contract. It's a new everything.
He's already gotten the 40 million. He's making 40 million this year.
I get it.
Right.
I get it.
So can you throw the 60 and that's 100, or do you have to do another?
He ain't settling for 100. He's gonna want one. He's gonna want between 125 and 150 minimum, which is basically 3 years at $55 million.
Right. All right. A lot of money. We got into the wrong business, obviously. Brent says, what did Brent Musburger say? Make sure you're trained. Remember, you can be a quarterback. We need to all be quarterbacks at this point. Baker is trying to get his money. That's why he's saying all this. Again, Brent, I know how you feel about Baker Mayfield, but this was a special put on by Netflix. This is how they're doing it.
He didn't have to say it, though.
But come on, you're doing you're doing a show like that. Everybody's being real. You're talking about injuries. It's what makes it entertaining. And again, Levante David talked about this in April. Everybody's acting like, this is groundbreaking stuff, which we did on the show. But Levante David said it best. He was going through multiple, and you guys said, no, that's just Levante David speaking for his quarterback. He's the defensive leader of the team. He's retired. He has no reason to say what he said. Good point, Jason. He can't have it both ways. Child of Israel, Baker the Faker Mayfield, another non-Baker Mayfield fan. Ben says, as far as for Baker Mayfield is a new deal, I personally think a fair deal for his value right now is 3 years, $160 million. I'm fine with him getting $50 million at market value, but not more than 3 seasons. King Cook says, what's up, Peter? What's up, Webheads? What's up with you? King Cook again. More Baker talk. Laugh out loud, not surprised. I'm sorry, guys. We tried to move it up and talk more than just Baker. We did tonight. Ben says, what if he gets injured again, though? Ben, any thoughts? Says Ron right there, the Marine. I like this guy, Jason Powers. He speaks with logic. Take some notes, Peter Mayfield. Okay. Well, Listen, child of Israel, you watch my show. You keep on coming back to my show, and you keep on trolling the show. So this is what I got to say to you.
Good debate, man.
Sucks.
Yeah, exactly. 45-47 says Chris Cole. Ben says that's why I wouldn't do more than 3 years. Give him guaranteed money the first 2 seasons. They really like this kid, Jalen Daniels. What do you make of this? Undrafted free agent. We'll get back to the comments in just a moment. Out of Kansas, 6-year starter. Inconsistent, but has some tools there that's really caught the Bucs side. So what do you make of this?
He was a very good college player. He's short. That's his issue. I think he's maybe 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 foot at best. So that would be the concern for me. I actually think Jake Browning's a pretty decent backup quarterback. I know he didn't have a good year last year, but he has shown that he can be a serviceable backup quarterback. I actually like that signing a lot, to be honest with you. I think that's going to stabilize that room in the event Baker does get hurt and you have to play Browning a couple weeks. I think Browning's a pretty decent player.
70 starts in the National Football League. Again, nothing to write home about last year. 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, but he's shown he can come in and win games for Joe Burrow. By the way, everybody's golden boy who can't stay healthy and won't play through injury after getting a big-time contract that he got. At least you can say Baker. Oh, I'm savage at this point. If people are going to throw this quarterback under the bus and they're going to say Joe Burrow, and then somebody says, well, I don't like Baker Mayfield, I'm going to go with Kyler Murray. What? Kyler Murray is shorter than Baker Mayfield. What are you talking about at the end of the day? To me, you're just a hater. I'm going to say that. Ivor CJ says, make him play it out. If he the bet again, him and Bowles are gone. If he wins the division, work on a reasonable extension or tag him. Easy situation.
Let me ask you this, Peter Blake.
Right.
What elite skill what elite trait or skill does Baker Mayfield have? Elite.
I think he's got a good arm. I think he can make all the throws.
Good arm. I'm talking about elite. Okay.
Not great, but I think he's got a good arm. I think, when he throws the deep ball, usually it's pretty accurate.
Are his legs elite?
I don't think his legs are elite, but he's good enough.
Mobile. Yep.
Mobile enough. He's shown. Max Crosby thinks he's underrated. Do you see the comments that Max Crosby had? He said, what did Max Crosby say? I got these comments here from him. Let me get these comments from Max because I was kind of surprised by this. But, he did his thing against Max Crosby and he did his thing against Nick Bosa. Who could forget the Nick Bosa stiff arm on 4th down in the amazing throw to Rachaad White? I mean, again, people – they say, well, he's not athletic, he's not this, and he's not that. And I just think he's just a gamer, man. He's a football player. And sometimes, and people go, well, go out and get a quarterback. And I'm like, well, that's really worked out for them. It's really worked out for the rest of the National Football League because, again, I go back to this, and Brent will say, well, don't draft an edge rusher because the Bucs haven't been successful with that. You still need an edge rusher, especially a cost-prohibitive one. But with quarterbacks, you haven't had one since 1978. And then furthermore, if you go down the list, the last 10 years, name the quarterbacks that won Super Bowls. Mahomes 3, Jalen Hurts 1, and then who else? Sam Darnold, which, by the way, nobody thought Sam Darnold was going to win. How did he win? Running game, defense, same thing. By the way, Baker Mayfield beat Sam Darnold week 5 on the road, 38-35. Just saying. Fantastic game for him.
That was a great game.
Right. Who else has won? Kenny Pickett as a backup? Who else? What other superstar quarterback that's a first-round pick or just a draft pick in general has won a Super Bowl? And that's why I say be careful what you wish for because
nobody wants to run him out of town, Peter.
Oh, my friend, you haven't been listening or watching the show.
Okay. Right.
Brent there in Texas, he's ready to run him out. He's got his bags packed. He's got the Brinks truck ready to go to Minnesota or Pittsburgh or even the LA Rams. If Stafford retires, I get it. They drafted Simpson out of Alabama, but don't you think Sean McVay would like Baker Mayfield in a Rams uniform? Wouldn't that be something? How about Baker Mayfield in a Rams uniform winning a Super Bowl? How does that feel, Bucs fans? And let me dig at that scab a little more. How does Doug Williams, Steve Young, Trent Dilfer sound? How does Chris Chandler in the Super Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons sound? How does Vinny Testaverde in the AFC Championship sound? Keep it up, and you may just get your wish.
But here's what I would say.
Go ahead.
When he was at his absolute peak in the NFL, he couldn't get us past the divisional round. When everything was made for him. That offense against Detroit, going into Detroit was, and again, I'm not blaming him for the loss in Detroit, but he had the ball with a chance to tie the game through an interception. He had the ball, I believe, in the Washington game, playoff game, didn't get a score.
Well, that was also Jalen McMillan fumbling the ball. And you also had Graham Barton with a weird play there. And Kalijah Kancey can't tackle Jaden Daniels at that point. If you can tackle him, your defense can step up. I get it.
He had the ball against Miami last year, against a bad Miami team, and
he was not good.
Very poorly.
He was not good. But the whole team played awful. But
star players overcome bad play. Josh Allen's done it for a lot of years. That Buffalo defense has been pretty bad for a lot of years. And guess where Buffalo's been the last several years? The AFC Championship game. I know he had a terrible playoff game against Denver. I get it.
Right.
But he's superstar players, the guys that are making top 5 money, overcome that. How many times has Patrick Mahomes been the highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
He deserves it. He's won championships. Josh Allen hasn't won nothing. Lamar Jackson hasn't won anything.
You wouldn't take Josh Allen over Baker Mayfield tomorrow?
I'm taking my quarterback and Baker Mayfield. His Bulls under 500 this season. 26 Baker is gone too. I'm like T.O. here. Brent, I like Jason. I know you did, Brent. Chris says offensive coordinator cost us the Washington playoff game. Agree with that. I think that was Liam Cohen's worst offensive called game. By the way, Liam Cohen and all his greatness, first round and done. So all you Todd Bowles haters that want Bowles out of here, your boy Liam Cohen, even though he had 13 wins, he was eliminated. So Tom Brady has something to say to you.
That's good enough to suck right there.
There you go. Child of Israel. I've been telling Peter Mayfield that. You call me whatever you want to. Bring the passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Exactly. King Cook says, I like this guy. He's speaking facts. I speak facts too, King. You just don't like what I have to say. You don't like the facts of me telling the truth. You want me to be ultra negative on this show. You guys, if I do this show, you guys would probably jump off the Skyway Bridge with how negative and nasty and petty I could be. But I choose not to bring that in this type of relationship. You see, I don't want to do that to you guys. I think Tucker is better. We'll see. Bucs think a lot.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think if the defense is better, do you think Baker Mayfield has the mental discipline to run the offense and not try to be a Superman running the ball, making sometimes an incomplete pass or a sack is way better than all the scrambling and all the this and that. And then he takes that shot to the knee, and now we got to worry about is he going to play next week because of his knee contusion?
I think he has to be. I think you're absolutely right. And I think the way you do that is you run the ball more with the Kenneth Gainwell, Bucky Urban, of course, Sean Tucker. Let's go out to Curtis using your second call. Welcome to the Evolution.
I just got one question for both of y'all.
Go for it.
Let's say he plays out his contract.
Yeah.
He takes you to the AFC Championship game. NFC Championship game.
Yes.
What are you paying?
Well, you have to overpay him at that point. I mean, that's the risk.
Then the cost of doing business goes up. I'll give you that.
You go with that, paying him over $60 million, because then you're going to reset the market. Because people are going to say,
you're not paying him 60.
Listen, I'm Baker Mayfield. I just got you to the NFC Championship game. I had a career year. You guys didn't.
That doesn't mean you had a career year. That doesn't mean you had a career year.
Well, we're talking about I had career year here. I had career year, won some playoff games. I'm going to be Baker for a moment. I'm going to be Baker Mayfield because everybody call me Peter Mayfield. So I'll be Baker Mayfield for a moment. All right. I got your Peter Griffin.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
I had a career year. You're gonna reset this market. See, that is the risk that the Bucs could run into. And maybe Baker Mayfield says, you know what? I don't want a contract extension. I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna think that I'm gonna reset this market. We'll go ahead and negotiate after the season. Would you have a problem with that if he resets the market? Because you can't let him go. I mean, you can franchise him, but if you franchise him, once again, you're gonna pay 50 or over. So I think again, pick your poison. I think you're going to have to reset the market. This is what's been talked about.
You don't have to. Just because you're the next guy up doesn't mean you have to reset the market. Yeah, you're right. If he got to an NFC Championship game, I would pay him more than $50 million. But that doesn't mean he needs to be the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Peter.
Yes.
What is Sam Darnold's contract right now?
Yeah.
What is his contract right now?
Like 3 years, $120 million.
Right, but he's going to ask for probably
No, he's not. Not this year. He didn't.
Not this year, but eventually.
And they're not giving it to him this year.
Well, he'll go somewhere else. I mean,
no, he won't. He's got 2 more years.
I mean, but Minnesota found out the hard way. I mean, that was a great move. Everybody's saying move on from Baker. Hey, how about go be a Viking fan? You got your general manager fired after having 14 wins. You moved on from Sam Darnold, and I guarantee you every Viking fan loved watching that Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. I'm just saying. Just be careful. I'm trying to play the devil's advocate here. I'm trying not to dig into the Scab Bucks fans, but it seems like you don't learn from your history when it comes to Bucs quarterbacks going.
But he hasn't won big yet in Tampa. That's the difference. He hasn't won big.
Peter.
Not yet.
Peter, can you do me a favor?
Go for it.
Can you pull up that top 10 list, please?
The top 10 list for the quarterbacks for
whatever
ESPN?
Yeah.
Can you pull it up?
Yeah, let me pull this up really
It was Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Stafford, Burrow, Lamar.
Can we do some comparisons real quick? Can you go down to top 10?
Well, let me see here. Let me see if I can find it here really quick because they're ranked the top ESPN top quarterbacks. Doing this on the run, so just stand by here.
Here we go.
What do we got? What do you got? Because
I'm looking for it too.
I'm looking for it too. So okay, here we go. 3 days ago. All right, the top quarterbacks according to ESPN. Number 1, Josh Allen. Number 1 quarterback.
So would you take Baker over Josh?
I would. Listen, I would take him. I would take him over Josh Allen. I would take
Peter,
him.
We can't be a homer now. Objective. You can be leaning, but we can't be a full-blown homer.
I'm going to take Baker Mayfield because he's able.
You taking him over Patrick Mahomes?
Nah, I ain't going to take him over Patrick Mahomes now. Come on now. I'm not
you taking him over Matt Stafford?
I would take Baker's personality over Josh Allen.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, okay.
I mean,
Matt Stafford.
Listen, everybody complained about Baker Mayfield putting in harm's way. Josh Allen does the same thing and turns over the ball more in the postseason.
Oh,
he's had one bad postseason game, bro. One bad postseason game.
That's like 10 turnovers in his postseason.
I compare Josh Allen to Cam Newton when he played in Carolina.
I think Josh
Allen's a way better passer.
I think Allen.
No. I'm talking about as far as putting himself at risk.
I think
you're right. I agree with that.
I think the comparison is a younger John Elway with Josh Allen. And here's what we all found out about John Elway is as great as he was as a franchise quarterback, what did he need to finally win the Super Bowl? A running game and a defense. I think you say that for any quarterback, especially Josh Allen. I'd take Baker Mayfield over Josh Allen. I'm sorry. I think.
Wow, Peter. I love you, Peter, but that's.
I do, man.
You know what Josh Allen's problem is?
What's that?
Number 1, he can't beat Patrick Mahomes.
Right. His defense can't stop. But okay.
and number 2, he went up against Sean Payton in that Denver defense in a divisional game.
Right.
And as a Bucs fan, we know it is hard to beat Sean Payton when he has a really good defense.
Right.
Really.
Right.
Because I'm sorry, do you see Bo Nix as a top 20 quarterback? Maybe top 20.
Well, he's coming up for a contract also. I mean, that's one of the players that's coming up. Caleb Williams is coming up for a contract. So again, this may behoove Baker Mayfield and his camp to be patient. And if he's going to be patient and bet on himself, maybe he wins out because that quarterback market is going to get a little bit higher there with Bo Nix and Caleb Williams. And, Baker would have something to say about it. Want to read this comment really quick. Hold on, guys. David says, Peter, what you just said about Greg Schiano and Darrelle Revis is the same thing I've been saying about Todd Bowles and Jamel Dean. They even said it on Pro Football Talk that Jamel Dean is not giving up a touchdown to man-to-man coverage since the middle of 2023. Why do you keep making this guy play zone that's not his game? First, the reason why you play zone is because you don't have enough pressure. Second, let's not talk about Jamel Dean because it's a sore spot for me because that guy is jogging Jamel Dean. He's also fallen down every time watching a wide receiver go past his ass. Brandon Ayuk comes to mind for 75 yards. Ted McMillan comes to mind before halftime last year. So don't talk about Jamel Dean. To me, he's wildly inconsistent, can't stay healthy. I don't care if he's playing zone, man-to-man, or quarters, or he's playing out in left field. That guy cannot catch a consistent pass when he plays the game.
Here's what I'll say. It's going to be interesting to see this year Curtis, you and Peter, the Bucs made several coaching changes on the coaching staff, position changes.
Right.
Brought in new DB coach, new different positional stuff. It's going to be interesting to see the fundamentals of these guys, if things are any better, or what the upgrade in coaching hopefully has on the day-to-day stuff. Because say what you want, Todd Bowles ain't back there coaching the DBs on a Tuesday afternoon.
Nope.
He's worried about the team.
Nope.
Right.
I would like to see how these coaches develop these players from the basics of fundamentals. Because say what you want, guys, fundamentals win football games.
Well, it's not just listen, Dave, it's not just playing zone, it's playing man-to-man. Brandon Ayuk is running past Jamel Dean when he's playing man-to-man. And by the way, check your tape here. Check your tape. I'm going to go back to Jameis Winston. Check your tape because he was loafing last year. He was jogging Jamel Dean there, according to our friends there at Joe Bucs fan. It's the reason why I got Bucs fans up and up. Oh my God, why did you get rid of Jamel Dean? First, you got an 8-9 football team. Second, he took a restructure. Third, he had a good year, but once again, getting beat on man-to-man coverage by wide receivers because he's jogging, because he's loafing. Let's go down to quarterbacks here. I want to play this game with you, Curtis and Jason.
Go Matt, 6 through 10.
All right.
6 through 10.
All right, well, let's go third, Matt Stafford. I think he's getting up with the age. I would still take Baker Mayfield over Stafford because I think Stafford can't stay healthy, but that's my choice. Stafford's still great. Joe Burrow can't stay healthy. I don't care. Lamar Jackson. I like Lamar Jackson. I don't know, man. I'm still taking I'm still taking a Baker Mayfield.
You know
over
what?
him.
I want to say this really quick about Lamar Jackson.
Go for it.
He's never had a number one receiver.
Never.
And his defense can never stay healthy.
Wasn't DeAndre Hopkins number one?
No, he was not.
What about Zay Flowers? What about Zay Flowers?
No, he's a number 2.
Henry. The problem with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson is they had a game plan that what they should have stuck to in the AFC Championship game, because they would have beaten the Chiefs, is they ran the ball. They put the ball in Lamar Jackson's hands, and they have him pass it for 24 to 25 times, and that's not the game. You got a 6'3", 260-pound running back. Give him the damn ball. I agree. All right, let's list down Dak Prescott at 6. We like Dak Prescott. How about those Cowboys?
Hell no.
Dak won anything?
Hell no.
Also plagued with interceptions.
Dak should be in the bottom 20.
Well, he's 6th right now. Justin Herbert, he won anything? We like him?
No, hell no.
All right, let's go.
No.
Drake May's at 8 over Baker Mayfield. Good year. Good year.
Drake, listen.
By the way, how did he play in the postseason?
The only reason Drake May was in the Super Bowl is because Bo Nix got hurt.
I agree with you on that. Jared Goff with the Lions.
You know what? I think Jared Goff is a system quarterback.
All right, Caleb Williams. I'm probably taking Caleb Williams over Baker, but and then the honorable mention: Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl. Jaden Daniels. I don't know. I don't think he could stay healthy. Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Hurts. I mean, I know Hurts has won a Super Bowl, but again, product of what? Running game, defense. Majority of these quarterbacks. I'm taking Baker Mayfield.
First of all, Jalen Hurts had Saquon Barkley. One of the best offensive lines in the NFL. He had one of the best defensive lines in the NFL.
Yep.
He had 2 superstar receivers.
I'm taking Mayfield over Hurts. Absolutely.
Taking Mayfield over Hurts. I'm taking Mayfield over Herbert. I get everybody loves his.
Be careful there.
Never won anything at all. He's had the team around him.
What has Baker Mayfield won, Peter Blank?
Jason,
Jason, that's my point.
How many games? What's the most number of games he's won as the starting quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Jason, he's won
in a season.
He's won more playoff games than Justin Herbert.
Okay, that as the starting quarterback for the Buccaneers, how many? What's the best regular season record Baker Mayfield's had? 9-8.
No, it was 10-7.
10-7.
10-7. Yeah.
Okay,
not bad. I mean, but Justin Herbert's the second coming. He's not even won a playoff game. What are we talking about here? He's right up there with Lamar Jackson.
Peter, so I'm gonna split this decision. Can I split it for you guys?
Split it.
You got it.
Both of you guys are correct. He hasn't won a playoff game. However, he's uber talented. He's also in the same division as Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
And Kansas City has won that division how many years in a row?
Well, but he's supposed to be
until Denver won last year.
According to Jason, you're a quarterback. You're supposed to be able to step up superstar level. But I understand what Jason's saying. I get it.
By the way, both of his tackles were out for the season last year with the Chargers. Both,
hey,
not one, both.
Our whole offensive line was out, and Baker Mayfield still put up some not bad numbers.
He's easy there.
Yeah, but
48 million. 48 million.
Go 51, and you got yourself a deal.
I say
51.
I think it's 51 or 52. I'll bet you some wings at Thomas P's or somewhere else that Jason Powers is 51.
I tell you what, it doesn't matter because it's going to be cut in half because of taxes anyway.
Well, that's in all seriousness, that is part of the equation too here.
Right.
He's making an extra 8 to 10% that he's not having to pay in state taxes in the state of Florida. Right. So that part that goes into the equation versus the 50 million, 55 million that Herbert's making in California or Burrow's making in Ohio. That matters.
Yep.
But again, all right, Curtis, I appreciate the call as always, brother. All right.
All right, guys.
He brings up a good point. I mean, you look at this list. I mean, I'll go down the list for you. All right. So number one, you got Josh Allen. You know how I feel about it. You take Josh Allen over Baker Mayfield. I get that. Patrick Mahomes, I take Mahomes over Mayfield. Let's see. Matt Stafford, I think he's up there in age. He's still a quality quarterback. You take Stafford over Baker, right?
It's close. I would take Stafford. Yes. I think the mental, the experience level, the savviness of Stafford, he's got an unbelievable arm. Say what you want. His arm is unbelievable.
Sure. Agree. That's why you got $55 million 1-year deal. Joe Burrow. I like Burrow. Can't stay healthy for me. He can't stay healthy. And he's 29 years old. I don't know how many more injuries he can have. Lamar Jackson. Love him. I don't think he can stay healthy. I don't know if he can throw from the pocket. I want to say he can throw from the pocket consistently. I don't know what it is with Jackson. I don't know. So
it's the type of offense that's the hardest part with Jackson is because of the offensive type. It's be interesting to see what they do. New Jesse, what's it, McDonald? What's the guy's name?
Mentor. I don't.
Mentor, yes.
You think they've gotten better?
I can't say that. I'm just saying it's going to be a different type of offense. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. They're basically running the Chicago Bear offense.
Right. I would make a prediction. I think Jackson could be out of there eventually. I don't know why. I think it's not going to work out. Dak Prescott.
He's undervalued, man. I mean, he's pretty damn good. I mean, you talk about a guy. I mean, again, him and Baker are close, but I would give the slight edge to Dak.
All right. Justin Herbert.
Again, you can make an argument. I know you're leaning on playoff wins, but these are GMs and coaches making these evaluations. These aren't sports writers.
I get it. I definitely get it. But sometimes they can be wrong. Again,
you're right.
Drake May, 23-year-old Drake May, one season. I heard New England radio. They were saying Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback right now than Drake May.
Okay.
I think, and I also think that C.J. Stroud, if he were on this list, I think a lot of Houston fans would say Baker.
I would take Baker over C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I would too. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. And then Jared Goff at 9.
He has had a very undervalued. You have to give that guy his due for his career in Detroit. He's had a pretty damn good career in Detroit. Like really good career.
Yeah,
from where he started in Los Angeles.
Caleb Williams for me is I love him. I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna be able to have that completion percentage. I don't know if that completion percentage is ever going to be over 60%.
But that's not the end all. His creativity. I mean, again,
I don't know. Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he could be a superstar quarterback. Like he looks like Mahomes, but then he has problems with the little short throws and stuff like that. I think against. The
that's
NFL
called player development. That's called getting better over time.
But we also know the defensive coordinators, they pick up on those tendencies.
Yep.
Talk about the defense. We went a long time, and I know you didn't want to go to some, but I really appreciate you, Jason Powers, Powers and Sports Podcast. Vita Vea, how concerned are you about this situation?
I mean, what's Vita Vea going to do? Not play?
I mean, he may hold out. I mean, is that a concern at this point? Do they get this deal done? Is it where, Jeffrey Simmons, who's a younger, 3 years younger, he resets the market at this point. Chris Jones is getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Can the Bucs afford Baker Mayfield and Vita Vea, or is this a situation where you play this out? And somebody mentioned it when you got rid of Warren Sapp was 31 years old. Consequently, Vita Vea, 31 years old. Do you think they pay him a 1 or 2 year deal, or do they?
I think they'll agree to probably a 1 year extension at some point.
Okay.
Maybe 2 years, maybe 2, but I don't think you're gonna have Vita Vea under contract till he's 35 years old.
Okay.
For 2 years.
All right. I see it to Das there. Did you smile today? Yes, I am smiling right now. Absolutely smiling because we're talking Tampa Bay Buccaneer football here live on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Are you
going to be at training camp, man?
I believe I'm going to. And listen, I love my job right now. What's going on with Smart Financial? I'm a diamond rep, so it means that I'm making like 3,600 transfers, which means I get a $1,500 bonus. So I'm trying not to miss work. I'm hopefully going to be out there during the weekend. I'm hoping to have some time. I want to be out there, but
it's hard. I get it. I'm not saying every day, but you're going to get it. Do you have have you applied for a press pass and all that stuff to get out there? Or what's
I've not done that yet. I'm going to have to get on that and try to do that. I'm going to have to figure that out. Need to figure that out real quick. And again, we're in collaboration with the JP Peterson Show.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out there. I'm going to try to get out there as much as I can, try to work as much as I can, try to do all this. I got a big surprise for everybody in August. I've kind of told you, but I won't tell anybody else. Kind of told you something, but not everything. A lot of big surprises coming here on the Sports Web. How do we just give me some final thoughts here?
I'm going to give you a thought about something that I haven't expressed, but I think it's important to express.
Okay.
I think the Buccaneers. No, put me and you both on the screen. I don't want to do this by my. Yeah, let's both of us on the screen.
I thought you wanted to do the
you're good. No, I think the Buccaneers made a very, very big mistake in the selection of their new play-by-play person. It has nothing to do with the quality and skills of the person they hired. I think the Bucs, hopefully they won't rue the day, but I think that, they didn't show a person that showed them a lot of loyalty for a long, long time. They didn't handle that situation like like a professional, high-class organization that a lot of people think the Buccaneers are. So, not saying you had to hire the person that they not saying you had to hire, who we're talking about, but I just think the Buccaneers, hopefully they won't rue the day they didn't make a quality decision, because the guy they overpassed is a top shelf human being, top shelf broadcaster, and would have done kudos for the Buccaneer organization, whether it's in the community, in and around in the NFL, and all that stuff. So,
completely agree with you.
Again, this is nothing, no slight to Tony Castricone as a broadcaster, nothing against him. I just think the Buccaneers made a poor choice in how they in that process to replace Gene Deckerhoff.
I agree. I completely agree with that. You know how we feel about the media icon there, Mr. TJ Reeves. We love him, and he definitely means a lot to us as friends and colleagues and on this show. And hopefully you can get him back here and talk football in general. But you're absolutely correct about that. Completely correct. I agree with you on it. We've talked about it. So, yes, they did do that, Jim, right there.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
They did. So there you go. All right, Jason Powers, don't be a stranger. I think we got a weekly segment here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. We plan to go like 30 to 45 minutes. We went an hour here with phone calls.
For you, my man, anytime.
All right, my friend. Appreciate you. Jason Powers, Powers on Sports Podcast. Go ahead and promote yourself once again.
And people, flip over to Spectrum Sports 360 here in a couple minutes. I'm going to be on tonight, so check it out, man. Give us some comments. We want to hear from you tonight, tomorrow, Saturday. And Saturday, we talk Baker Mayfield specifically. But tonight, we're talking Rays, Spectrum Sports 360. Powers on Sports podcast is out this week. Talking World Cup. We're talking some other good stuff. Obviously, as we get to training camp here in a couple weeks, it'll be very football-centric. But we do a lot of stuff. I do a segment on – I co-host a radio show a couple mornings a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 to 10 a.m. The Press Box, PressBoxRadio.com. It's live and on demand. It's based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Peter Blake, I will be at SEC Media Days next week for at least one day. I'm not sure which day yet, but at least one day I'll be at SEC Media Days. So
good for you, my friend. Great stuff. Good stuff there, Jason Powers, Powers on Sports Podcast. We appreciate the time here on The Evolution, all right?
Anytime, brother.
All right, there you go. Jason Powers, Powers on Sports Podcast. After that segment, what do you guys want from me? Let's go out to one of our sponsors here. Let me give my voice a break here. This brought to you by Up the Block Barbershop. Here we go. Up the Block Barbershop. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Whether it's a haircut, a beard trim, a fade, they got you covered. Go see my favorite barber, Ricky, and all the great barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop. Tell them the Rolex reporter, Peter Blake, sent you. Again, it's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road. Let's go out to the phone lines. Broadway, you're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live here at Raymond James Stadium after your Bucs fall to 6-3. Go. All right, so there you go. Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road. Somebody says on Instagram Live, fix your camera. No one can see your face. You may be watching on your laptop, not your cell phone. I don't know. Listen, Instagram does this. It's not my camera. It's StreamYard. It's something weird that they need to fix. If you can't see my face there, some people would say that's a good thing. Go to Facebook there. Facebook stars are open. YouTube Super Chats are open. If you like the content, give to the content on TikTok. It's nice. How you doing out there? We'll read the rest of these comments, and then we'll talk more about what you want to talk about here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Wait a minute, Peter. Josh Allen had a broken foot. He can't get an injury excuse like Baker. Listen, I'm just trying to keep the same energy, okay? Like, I'm trying to keep the same energy as you. You're not going to use injury as an excuse for Baker Mayfield. I'm not going to do the same thing for Josh Allen at this point, right? But I've said Josh Allen is a great quarterback. I would just take Baker Mayfield over him. Sorry, I would. Dean ain't never been worth nothing to me. Let's see here. Flowers is more of a slot receiver. Lamar Jackson played with slot receivers his whole career. Baker can't stay healthy. Who's watching this? I'm not watching any. I didn't even know the SBs are on. Give me Drake May. Why? Did you see how you played in the postseason, Brett? Did you see how you played in the postseason? That's what you want? You want a guy like that? Oh, that's right. He's young. That's why I want him. That's why I want him. That's it. Because he's a young quarterback that's not named Baker Mayfield. But if he doesn't play well, man, oh man, you are going to be jumping off that bandwagon as soon as he stinks. I know this. I know how this absolutely works at this point.
This guy sucks.
That would be all of you. Give me Drake May. All right, golf is holding the Lions back. They actually have a Super Bowl roster. I will trade. Who has a Super Bowl roster? The Detroit Lions. They have a Super Bowl roster. Where do they have a Super Bowl roster? Now I think you're just a Lions fan. The Lions are not a Super Bowl roster. I'm sorry. There'd be Lions fans that would tell you that's not a Super Bowl roster. Are we keeping the most famous doorman here in Tampa, or is he leaving? No, he's going to say to you,
go away. Go away. I will hold the door.
You know, David, and I get it. You know, you're trying to, troll me, and that's okay. You can do that, but you know that I'm going to troll you back, right? So, like, again, I don't understand it. Like, everybody wants this team to win 13 to 14 games every year, and it's just not the reality of the situation. Like, and what he was trying to say is what I've been trying to say. Enjoy what you got while you have it, because you don't know when it's going to go away. Is that a song? I don't know. I have no idea. But, it's mid and mediocre and all this other nonsense. I think you need a taste of the doldrums. Like 10 to 19. That's what you need. Like, no, from 9 to 19. When you absolutely could not win 3 or 4 games. That's it. Like me, 5 to 6 games. That's it. Like, you were excited. You went 10-6 in that 2010 year and didn't make the playoffs. That was the excitement. Like, let's go back to that. Let's do that. Let's go back to 2010 when you didn't make the playoffs, but you felt good about it because you thought you had a young quarterback at the time who wasn't good, who didn't turn out to be good. The Bucs team didn't do anything at that point. The coaching wasn't, good, and the division wasn't great anyway, right? But you didn't hear nobody say anything about the division back then. Oh, it's the Bucs sucked. Nothing about that division wasn't good back then. The division was good. Who was good? Cam Newton with the Carolina Panthers. Who else was good in that? Atlanta wasn't good. New Orleans wasn't good. Maybe New Orleans for a couple of years there. What was good? Oh, nobody says anything. Don't keep the same energy. Oh, we don't want to win 8, 9, 10 games. No. We want to go back to the doldrums. We want to get a young quarterback. We want to rinse and repeat. We want to fire a coach. We want to fire a GM because it makes us feel good at night. Because when we put on our nightlight, we feel good. When we bring over a Bucs blanket, we feel good about that. I just don't get it. Like, you guys want to troll me on this, but I don't know what you want. Like, we're going to keep him on the show. He's going to be the doorman. He's going to show everybody the door when the Bucs turn this around. And then you guys can say, oh, you were right, Peter. Oh, you were right. The Bucs turn it around. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Maybe it's good I don't see my face there on Instagram Live. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Instagram Live. Time to let Vita go. Yeah, why not? Let Vita go. Because the defense wasn't bad enough when it came against them. Let him go. Let Vita Vea go. That's what I'm talking about with you Bucs fans. Let's let everybody go all the time. Oh, they don't get a contract extension. They're 31 years old. Let him go. And be the first people that would sit here and say, well, what's the reason why we're not getting the penetration in the middle? Well, because we let Vita Vea go. We traded him for a box of rocks at this point, which I think there will be a lot of teams out there that would want Vita Vea. But yeah, just let him go. Yeah, it's time. Man, just move on from those guys. Move on. Absolutely move on. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. Did Jason Powers there? I'll be watching Broadway. The Graham. Oh, no. Jeremy says, everyone shadow here. I like TJ. One mistake, but you're on that. They made the famous doorman in the Tampa. Yeah, I made it. I mean, and if you don't like the comment of go away, I don't know what you can do. I don't know. You can go away, or you can stay for it. You can deal with it, or you could go back into a time machine and deal with 9-19 when the team couldn't win a game or have a playoff appearance. How about that? Because that was more entertaining to you guys. It was more entertaining for a quarterback to throw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions and kind of win a game instead of not winning a game at all. And then when Tom Brady came here, you guys got real spoiled for the couple of years there. You won a Super Bowl. But that wasn't enough. You want to fire Todd Bowles because of the 0 blitz in the divisional playoff game. It's never good enough for you guys. You hire and fire coaches. You run coaches out of here all the time. Some of you should be ashamed of yourself. You talk about good coaching. You run John Gruden out of here. You run Tony Dungy out of here. You run all these coaches out of here. And you wonder why your franchise sucks and your fan base sucks. Let's go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the Evolution.
You already know who this is.
They're pissing me off tonight, man. They're really pissing me off. You guys say you're my guy, Peter. You're my guy, but you throw all this nonsense out and you don't think I'm going to bring it back to you. My God, man.
You making you upset me too, man. And I read some of these comments. And I'm listening to this nonsense.
TJ could be the doorman of the sports web. He could tell you to go away because he's been with the organization for 18 years. He's seen bad Bucs football. Have you guys seen bad Bucs football? Obviously, you're new to the show. If you haven't been new to the show, you want to see bad Bucs football. And again, you may get bad Bucs football. And I just there's somewhere in a parallel universe, right? I'm a superhero fan. Yeah. There's a parallel universe where this would be good enough for you guys, where you see a quarterback throw 30 for 30 and possibly try to win a game and lose a game, and you go, oh, that was entertaining, but we lost the game. Yeah. But let's talk about interceptions for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, man, get rid of Baker. Get rid of Baker. Get rid of Vita Vea. Y'all sound sick, man. Y'all really do. Y'all sound sick. Y'all sound really sick. And then the first time we don't get penetration. Oh man, they should have got rid of Vita Vea.
Mm-hmm.
No, man. Y'all think y'all know football, man. Y'all don't know nothing.
Get rid of Vita Vea when you finally improved your defense. This has to be a dream. You have to be shitting me. Like I'm cursing after 10 o'clock. You've got to be shitting me, right? You're getting rid of Vita Vea after you improve the defense finally. You finally have all the defensive weapons, and you want to get rid of Vita Vea.
What did Josh Allen win?
Nothing. He's never won anything. He looks good. He looks good with his girlfriend. He's got the 6'4", 6'5" body structure that Bucs fans crave. They want. Still, I have Bucs fans that will say that Jason Light should have never ever traded down for Vita Vea. Vita Vea won you a Super Bowl. Josh Allen has won you nothing at this point.
Vita Vea won us a Super Bowl. You're right.
I'm going to play that sound effect out. I'm playing it out.
Go away. Go away. I will hold the door.
I'm playing it all year long, and I don't care if you Bucs fans like it or not. You can go to hell if you're gonna throw nonsense out like that. If you're gonna keep on throwing nonsense out and troll me, I'm gonna play that sound effect until you get tired of it. It is gonna be a standard on this show. I'm gonna play it so much you're gonna feel like you're on the radio station listening to that bad song that you can't get out of your head. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, because that's crazy, man. Yeah, that's crazy, Peter. Come on. You're gonna say get rid of Vita Vea.
Get rid of Vita Vea. Yeah, because he doesn't sign a contract with you guys.
Oh, man,
all right, Mr. Williams, what's on your mind?
Hey, man. Nah, man, I really called in about this nonsense, man. You know, and I put out there, you know, $50 million for 3 years. 50 million for 3 years.
Right.
For my quarterback, Baker, man.
Yep.
And then, you know, we're going to come to a conclusion with Vita. Vita ain't going nowhere.
Well, I think, again, you have to take care of the situation with the franchise quarterback, right? If he's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, we got to take care of our quarterback first because he's the head of the body, man.
I mean, he's got to get paid. You got to pay the man. And if you're going to pay him, if not, then you're going to move on from him.
Yeah. But we're going to pay him because he have won a NFC South championship that he did do.
Mm-hmm.
He won that.
Well, Vita Vea definitely won you a Super Bowl. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yes, he did. And then for y'all to holler about get rid of him, come on.
Get rid of him. It's every Bucs fans. It seems like every Bucs fans thing on this show. Get rid of somebody. Get rid of him.
Get rid of Todd. Get rid of Jason.
Get rid of this. Get rid of that guy. Just get rid of them all. Let's start over again. Let's start over. I heard this.
Get rid of Todd Bowles.
Get rid of everybody.
Who you got the coach?
I don't know. They don't care. They just want somebody besides Todd Bowles. That's it. They could be the ice cream man at this point. It could be the milkman down the street at this juncture. Could be anybody. Could be the UPS man. As long as it's not Todd Bowles.
Couple of coaches that we had.
Right.
Look at the last couple of coaches that we had, and we go nowhere.
Well, again, being taken for granted, I'm not saying it is the best football that you ever seen, Bucs fans. Do not misconstrue this. But to say it's the worst, like we're ready just to tear it all up and start over again, I'm just not there. I'm sorry. I'm not there. I'm not. So, all right, Mr. Williams, I appreciate the call, man.
All right, man.
All right,
yes, sir.
I'll try to be easy. Yes, sir. You got to be, again, you just got to be shitting me. Like, I'm cursing. You guys make me curse. You got to be shitting me if you're talking about getting rid of Vita Vea. After you have a defense, you finally got the defensive weapons. We're going to go with the young guys. That's what we're doing. You don't think this team is ready to compete for a playoff appearance or NFC South? Let's just get rid of one of their most consistent defensive linemen. because he doesn't have a contract extension. Let those guys work it out, okay? Capologist, GMs, my goodness. Let's go out to Roger Shue.
Acknowledge me.
That's right. Acknowledge me.
Go ahead. What do you want?
Peter.
Yes.
You got to calm down, bro. You're going to have a stroke.
Dude, they're stroking me out here. I'm getting ready to have a stroke on these people.
I can tell, brother.
I'm good, man. I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm just, I'm tired of getting trolled and tired of like, let's get rid of Vita Vea. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of that guy.
Know, the thought of the Buccaneers getting rid of Vita Vea would be like the Chicago Bears getting rid of Brian Urlacher.
Would you take Vita Vea on that defensive line for the Chicago Bears? Yes or no? Bro,
yeah.
Please. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start.
I mean, that's like on par. The Chicago Bears would trade Brian Urlacher like the Bucs would trade Vita Vea. Right. No, it should never happen.
It should not happen. No, it should not happen.
He should spend his entire career in Raymond James Stadium and retire a Buccaneer.
Especially this year when you're under the most pressure you're going to get. I mean, you guys, like...
But, wait. I can also see the point where people might want to trade him while he's still got value, try and get us some more picks, get some younger talent in here. But you're going to set yourself years back waiting on the new talent to get to the level that he's already at.
Listen, the Bucs have some talent. DeMonte Capehart. They got Elijah Roberts. They got Kalijah Kancey, but again, you don't have that force like you have in the middle with Vita Vea. Again, this is the equivalent of telling somebody Todd Bowles doesn't have the defensive weapons and getting rid of his most consistent defensive lineman. It is completely asinine. And if anybody says fire Todd Bowles after you trade Vita Vea, you are an idiot. You are a complete and total imbecile moron. You are a moron.
I agree with you, football god.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I love you, brother. What else is on your mind?
I'm not calling the troll because I know I am the tribal troll, but yeah, I mean you make complete sense.
I mean, I hope so. I hope I do. I mean, I would know something about Bucs football. I'm not saying you guys haven't watched it, but I just feel like we're in this twilight zone where like 8 or 9 or 10. This is such bad football. I'm like, no, it's meaningful football. It's not Super Bowl winning football, but everybody doesn't win the Super Bowl every year. But at least it's competitive. We're not talking about winning 5 or 6 games a season or talking about the first round draft in friggin' October. Okay. And I know some of you guys enjoy that. I know that. But guess what? I don't. And I know there's Bucs fans out there who also kind of like when there's meaningful football there in November, December, and January. I know it didn't happen last year, and I know that hurts some people's feelings, and people were just up in arms and get ready to go to the Skyway Bridge and get ready to kick their puppy or their pets or their cats or just throw their cat to the nearest dog. I know, like I get it. Maybe some of you are just looking to take your foot and stick it through a TV like some of those morons that do on YouTube all the time. But guess what? It's one season. Put it in perspective. Keep it in perspective. That's all I'm going to say. All right, Roger, go ahead.
That's it, man. You're just you're on point. I totally agree with you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you as always.
For a change, I agree with the football god.
You always agree with me. All right, get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow at Smart Financial. I'll be whipping that ass like always. All right. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. All right, we'll read the rest of these comments. I just I don't know. Facebook is down too. I don't know what Facebook is. All right, let's go out to Jim.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
Big guy. They're telling me tonight not only get rid of Baker and Bowles and Light, but also Vita Vea. What do you say? Welcome to the evolution.
Well, he's going to be getting rid of nobody.
Keep them all,
I don't think they're going to get rid of nobody.
We're getting rid of
Jason Light.
Getting rid of Vita Vea?
Feel like he can get rid of nobody.
Oh, my God.
So he said he still like his quarterback. And, of course, I don't know if he said anything about Vita Vea, but I know of. But
well, listen, they got a contract right now or don't have a contract. Facebook is frozen. I don't know why Facebook is frozen at this point. Facebook is frozen? Oh, that's not good. So
I wanted to ask: is TJ Reeves going to still be in the booth?
He's not. He's not going to be with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's not going to be with them.
Wasn't he a co-host?
He was the
last year, right?
He was the sideline reporter. So
sideline reporter.
Yes,
okay.
To answer your question, he's doing other
I didn't
things.
know that.
So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Well, that was crazy.
We'll let him tell it, and we'll go from there. So.
All
right. What else?
Man, I just been listening, and I'm glad Towers was on today. Get to listen to.
Thank you, man.
Somebody
I appreciate
debate with you a little bit.
Well, yeah, you could debate with me. You just don't, tell me there's something messed up with your defense, and then let's go ahead and get rid of your most consistent defense alignment. It makes no sense.
Never that. I don't know who said that. That's crazy.
I mean, get rid of Vita Vea. I've heard it all. Like, we're not talking about get rid of Baker Mayfield or get rid of Todd Bowles. We're talking about get rid of Vita Vea because he doesn't have a contract. Let those guys deal with it. They'll be okay. If they can't deal with it, then we'll talk about it. And we got some problems. And we got some problems there with Vita Vea. I mean, I get it. You got also A'Shawn Robinson, but A'Shawn Robinson is not Vita Vea, okay? He's a nice piece. He's going to be good for that defensive line. He ain't Vita Vea, okay? He's not.
Yeah.
Stop.
We shouldn't get rid of our anchor of our defensive line.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I thought so. I don't know. Maybe I was crazy. Maybe I'm in the Twilight Zone. I don't know.
No, all the good fans, we always think it's crazy. People say stuff like that. So anyway,
yes.
I didn't know we ain't gonna be able to hear TJ Reeves no more. I'm panicking here.
Don't panic. Don't panic. We'll get the media icon here on the Evolution of Sports.
Yeah,
Talk
keep him on the show so we can.
Yeah, of course.
At least listen.
Of course.
To his play-by-play on the show.
Of course. So, all right, my friend.
All right, man. Have a good night. I was just checking in.
Appreciate the call, Jim. As always. All right. Good stuff. We'll read the rest of these comments. We'll get out of here. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. No, do not get rid of Vita Vea. Brent, Carolina went 15-1 and played in the Super Bowl in 2015. Okay, but every year they were good with Cam Newton. They had some bad years. I mean, again, no talk of that division being the worst. It's amazing how the Bucs are winning the division now, and they're the worst. Back then, they weren't the worst. Why? What changed? I don't know. Let's go out to Brightside Broadway. I need some Brightside in my life. What's going on, boss? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a little at some of these fans.
That's okay. It's all right.
But
what we do.
I want to make a point, and I said this in the comments.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this on the line. If we get rid of Vita Vea, he is a big asset to our rookie class that is coming in.
Yeah.
He is a big asset to Reuben Bain Jr. and these other defensive players. And getting rid of Vita Vea is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm just going to say it.
I think, listen, Broadway, I think this is more off emotion at this point. I get where Brent's coming from. I get where some fans are saying, he's up there in age. He doesn't have a contract extension. He may hold out. There's certainly a possibility of that, but you cannot convince me that you are better off without Vea in the middle of that defense. You cannot convince me of that.
And to say Baker Mayfield didn't do anything, and I understand he's a dog, so he's gonna play through injury.
Yes.
I wish he would have sat down a little bit more, but he also, like you said earlier, he given the opportunity of healthy players, he is a productive asset to the team.
He is. He definitely is. He absolutely is. You're absolutely correct about that, Broadway.
So I'm okay with paying him 47.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So 47 for you. 47, 48 for you at this point.
Pay him in.
All right, Brightside. What else is on your mind tonight, man?
Go Bucs. I'm excited for this year. I think we got an awesome team. I think we've got a very good outlook on this season, and I'm looking for not only a conference championship, NFC South Conference championship, but a Super Bowl run as well.
All right, man. I like it. I like the positivity as always, Brightside. Appreciate you as always. All right.
Thank you.
All right, brother. There you go. Good stuff. He says, "Go Bucs."
Wait up, Will Bork. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
Go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
Go Bucs. All right. I want to read the rest of these comments. I know we're getting calls, and I appreciate the calls. So we won't neglect everybody here. Facebook is frozen. I don't know, Dad, on Will's. Thank you. You're my guy, Peter. I know you're my guy, too. I'm talking about TJ. I'm not talking about wins and losses. Okay. TJ is moved on here, and we'll get more from him eventually. Not only did we run coaches away, we couldn't keep the quarterback position right for years. Yes, exactly, Peter. Thank you. It'd be a constant state of rebuilding. It's ridiculous. I think some Bucs fans like that, and I don't know why you like that. What's exciting about rebuilding all the time? Have a consistent product. Have consistent players. That's what the consistent winning. And again, every team goes to the rebuild. They do it. I don't think this team's ready to rebuild. I'm not ready to rebuild at this point. If it doesn't turn into something this year, then yeah, there's a conversation that's going to be had where you're going to look at changing of quarterback and changing of a coach. And I don't know if it's a full rebuild. I don't think it's a full rebuild. Who knows? V is awesome. Is TJ still going to be on the radio? No. Laugh out loud. Vita is awesome asset to the Bucs. Brent, I'd rather trade in than keep pass on his prime. Get rid of Vea. No, says Joshua. Thank you very much for tuning in. No. Broadway says, okay, it's not frozen anymore. Tap it in, Pete. Just talk. Good thing. And none of our opinions are making the real decisions. So yeah, it's just talk. I love the talk. No, we need Vita as an absolute beast, a defensive veteran who can be a great asset to the new rookies. Yes, Jeremy. All right, have a great night. Everyone's shadow is out, not frozen. That's good. David, Facebook is working for me over the phone. Scott, we would have a constant state of rebuilding if we had somewhat the fans want. Well, that effing sucks because I like TJ on the sideline. I do too. So who's going to be the sideline reporter? Do we know yet? No. Chris Cole, Seattle Seahawks won the West Division with a 7-9 record and made the Super Bowl that year and also beat the Saints, I believe, in the first round. You got to admit, Peter, back they had Drew Brees in New Orleans, Matty Ice, Atlanta, Cam Newton, Carolina. Who do we have a quarterback of those teams now? That's the difference. Okay. All right. That's a fair point. You know what? Come to think of it, that's a really good point there with Drew Brees and Matty Ice and Cam Newton. But that's also my point. Who does you have a quarterback at the end of the day, right? So you finally have a consistent quarterback. If you have Baker Mayfield in that division against those quarterbacks, do you think you have more of a probability of winning? I think you do than what you had back then, right? I think so. If we lose Vita Vea, to me, it's just like losing Mike Evans. How stupid can they be? Joshua says AFC South is the worst. I definitely think the AFC South is not good at all. Thank you very much for tuning in there on TikTok. You Tampa football join. Thank you very much there on Instagram Live. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Let me text. All right. Let's go out to Max Crosby and we'll wrap it up for the night here. Again, I don't mean to go nuclear on you guys, but sometimes it's like the comments again, and I know it's an opinion. I want you to understand where I'm coming from because I'm just as frustrated as you are when it comes to this Bucs situation. And do I think the Bucs football could be improved? Absolutely. Of course it can be. But is the worst I've ever seen? No, I've seen far worse football. I understand the expectations are a little bit higher, and we'll see how it all plays out in 2026, won't we? All together. Let's see here. I cannot find those comments at this point. Well, Max Crosby. So we may have to skip those as I'm just it's getting late. That's what it comes down to. All right, here they are. And my paper of madness here, which I threw a lot of it out. I still throw some stuff out. Max Crosby was on YouTube. He was talking about quarterbacks who are the hardest to sack in the league. Crosby, Gabe Mayfield is a sleeper pick alongside the likes of Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's quarterback that they love on this show, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. He says, I would say he's a sleeper one too, Baker Mayfield. He pissed me off, bro. I had like 2 of them. I should have had him. He low-key ducked under and got out of there. I was effing livid. That's Max Crosby. It's always interesting to hear from the peers around the league. I know a lot of Bucs fans wanted Crosby. He is still a Raider to this day and still talking great about Baker Mayfield. We'll wrap it up there for another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Thanks to our guest for the night, Jason Powers on Sports Podcast, Spectrum Sports 360. We'll have more guests, I promise, coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. YouTube super chats are open. Please give to the content if you like the content. Facebook stars are open. TikTok is open. Instagram Live. Like and follow all of it. Bucs latest every day, 10 to 15 minutes, daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content on YouTube, 11 a.m. And of course, like and subscribe to the newest page there, Bucs latest. 3 things. We'll keep it down for the housemates. I'll be respectful. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, it's your time. We'll see you next time here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Now, as we always say here on my favorite day of the week, Hump Day. Go Bucs.